Dare, 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 dare. No, 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 that's wrong. Dixie Diamonds 216. Metz, 7:03 p.m. Wilmard de Rosière returned to his living room with a pitcher of water in his right hand and 3 plastic tumblers nestled inside one another in his left. Nodding as he held the stacked tumblers out to his son Pilattre, he said, "I need the water," to which Pilattre nodded as he took 2 cups and handed one to his mother Magdalene. Wilmard filled his cup, set it on the end table, then reached for his wife's and son's cups, which he likewise filled before setting the pitcher of water next to his cup. Free of the pitcher, he lifted his cup to his lips, drank deeply from same, and, after placing the cup back on the end table, again sat close to Pilattre. Wilmard leaned forward in his chair and, looking Pilattre in the eyes, softly said, "Self-reliance and facing our adversities are 2 important qualities for a human being, but they should never get in the way of asking for help, especially help from those who love you." Closing his eyes, he added, "I am sorry if I overemphasize self-sufficiency without making clear what John Donne said so eloquently with his 'No man is an island entire of itself.' For I fully accede his contention that every man is a piece of the continent, a part of the main." Sighing, Wilmard sat back in his chair, reopened his eyes, and said, "In 3 months we will celebrate your 34th birthday, the same age I was when you were born. I was not nearly so wise at your age as you are, and I credit both the ravages of World War II and my time in service as a young man for warping my psyche. I think, like Don, that the wife of the U.S. President was closer when she declared that it takes a village." Wilmard leaned forward in his chair, placed his elbows on his knees, covered his eyes and forehead, and said, "I do not know which is worse, that I passed on the sick idea of self-reliance being the important attribute rather than an important attribute, or that I failed to see that providing people with ladders that enabled them to climb upward is far better than merely shouting down at them, 'I did it on my own, you must too,' until your sister Anne provided me with your nephew Joseph. Joseph, who has tremendous gifts while also having asthma. We all have strengths and weaknesses, and there is no telling when our weaknesses may help us more than our strength. I am sorry for having perpetuated in you the sickness that is social Darwinism. It is a false religion established by the haves so they can sneer at the have-nots." Opening his eyes and tilting his head up, he saw his bride and his firstborn weeping, and said softly, "Forgive me, my son. I was wrong, and I have sinned against you," as he, too, began to cry.